A new online petition is calling for unpaid carers to receive higher weekly payments of £364 for the 35 hours of support they give each week, and states that providing appropriate financial support is the least the government can do. People claiming carers allowance receive £76.75 each week for providing 35 hours of care for a family member or friend. Petition creator Alistair Adam wants to see the weekly payment increase to match that of someone working full-time in receipt of the national living wage. He said that being an unpaid carer is a full-time job, and this should be reflected in the rate of carer's allowance. He highlighted how the current rate of benefit pay is almost £300 less than someone earning the national living wage, age 23 or over, would be entitled to. He added, many unpaid carers have to give up work to provide care, and being a carer can also have a significant impact on carers' well-being and lifestyle. Providing appropriate financial support is the least the government can do. The national living wage is worth £10.42 per hour for people aged over 23. Someone working 35 hours each week would receive £364.70, or £1,458.80, before tax and national insurance deductions. Carer's allowance is paid every 4 weeks and worth £307. The increase carer's allowance to 35 hours a week at the minimum wage petition is hosted on the petition's Parliament website. More than 4,100 people have signed the online petition. At 10,000, the UK government will respond to the proposal. You can read it in full here. The latest figures from the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, show that in May 2022 there were 936,766 people receiving weekly payments for carers allowance across Great Britain, including 81,682 living in Scotland. Unpaid carers in Scotland receive 2 additional payments each year through the Carers Allowance Supplement. These are worth £270.50 and paid in June and December to those in receipt of carer's allowance. However, new claims for carer's allowance made before Monday, October 9, 2023, which later turn out to be successful, will qualify for the December payment. Nobody can apply directly for the Carers Allowance Supplement. The money is paid automatically by the Scottish Government to those on Carers Allowance. New claims to DWP are currently being processed in just over 15 working days, on average. Am I eligible for Carers Allowance? You may be eligible for weekly Carers Allowance payments of £76. 75 if you, the person you care for and the type of care you provide meets certain criteria. You can choose to be paid weekly in advance or every 4 weeks. You do not have to be related to, or live with, the person you care for. The person you care for must already get one of these benefits: Personal Independence Payment, PIP, Daily Living Component Disability Living Allowance, DLA, the middle or highest care rate attendance allowance, constant attendance allowance at or above the normal maximum rate with an industrial injuries disablement benefit, constant attendance allowance at the basic, full day, rate with a war disablement pension, armed forces independence payment. If someone else also cares for the same person as you, only one of you can claim carer's allowance. The type of care you provide: you need to spend at least 35 hours a week caring for someone. This can include helping with washing and cooking, taking the person you care for to a doctor's appointment, helping with household tasks, like managing bills and shopping. Eligibility guidance on Gov. UK states all of the following must apply. You are 16 or over. You spend at least 35 hours a week caring for someone. You have been in Scotland for at least 2 of the last 3 years. This does not apply if you're a refugee or have humanitarian protection status. You are not in full-time education. You are not studying for 21 hours a week or more. You are not subject to immigration control. Your earnings are £139 or less a week after tax, national insurance and expenses. How do I make a claim for carer's allowance? You can claim online at the Gov. UK website here or phone the Carers Allowance Unit for a claim form on 0800 731 0297. Before you apply, make sure you have your national insurance number. If you have a partner, you'll need theirs too, bank or building society details, employment details and latest payslip if you're working, P45 if you've recently finished work, course details if you're studying, details of any expenses, for example pension contributions or the cost of caring for your children or the disabled person while you're at work. Guidance on Gov. UK states you also need details of the person you care for. You need their date of birth and address, national insurance number if they are 16 or over, disability living allowance reference if they are under 16. More help and advice about Carers Allowance. You can get more help and advice from Carers UK, Carers Trust, Citizens Advice Scotland, NHS, Carers Direct Helpline. Find out more about claiming Carers Allowance on the Gov. UK website here. To keep up to date with the latest benefits news, join our Money Saving Scotland Facebook page here, follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at @record_money, or subscribe to our newsletter which goes out Monday to Friday. Sign up here.